Hey guys, Captain Dylan Hubbard here at Hubbard's Marina. Want to talk to you guys a little bit about what's going on now, what's coming up, and more specifically on the deep water side of things. We've got Captain Will McClure here and John Martin, Big John Martin. If you guys have watched any of our videos on our YouTube channel over the years on our 39-hour trips, you've seen John, you've probably heard John, and today we wanted to take a few seconds and talk to these guys a little bit about what's going on right now, what we have coming up, and what we're looking forward to on the offshore side of things. Now that we're getting into later October, we've got November, December, and then January, February coming up. And this time of year, I feel is special. You've got less people out here. We're on the backside of that red snapper chaos. Everybody and their brother comes out during that red snapper season to fish as much as they can, and then all of a sudden this time of year, we just ran a trip with 20 people on, you know, and our trip Tuesday has 19 people on. And this time of year, we're still catching tons of fish. It's exciting.
It's a fun time of year. It's not as hot out there, not as many people. The only thing we have to work around is a little bit of weather windows, you know, and if it's good weather this time of year, the fish are going to be chewing for the most part.
Yeah.
And you're not going to have to deal with the tangles. And a lot of times they're better quality fish in the wintertime too, in the colder months.
And a lot of times the mangrove snapper, and maybe John, you could speak to this, it seems like we've always seen more mangroves and more consistent mangroves in the summertime. And then in the cooler months, we didn't see as many mangroves. But in the last like 5 to 10 years, it's almost like the cooler months, we still see good numbers of mangroves. They're just a lot bigger.
Yeah, especially the size. And I would say, too, remind people about the captain here talked about the weather. You couldn't ask for a better month in general to fish than in October in Florida. October in Florida, especially if you're not from here, is unbelievable. It's typical what we're seeing right here. Crystal blue skies, sometimes a little bit breezier than you might want, but most of the time not. And the temperature is literally perfect. And, of course, then you're coming into the holidays. And if you want to give somebody you love a Christmas present that they haven't ever had, getting a trip a 39-hour, if they've never done it before, for sure, is something that they will always remember when that tie or whatever is long been faded away.
Yeah, I mean, speaking to the weather right now, it's low humidity, it's 70 degrees, and it's just absolutely beautiful out here. And this time of year is special. People ask all the time, what's the best time of year to go fishing? And it really comes down to what you want to catch, because our seasons kind of dictate, hey, if you want to get a red snapper, you've got to go in the summer. But this time of year, I think, is my favorite just from a time of year perspective, because you have those overlapping patterns, right? And you've got the warmer months patterns overlapping with those cooler months patterns as things start to transition. You get that in the spring too, but in the spring it's busy. We got spring break, there's a lot of people around. This time of year, we don't have a lot of people here. So not only do you have that transition, we've got the kingfish showing up, we got fish moving around, the gags are on the move, we're seeing bigger mangroves, and there's just less people here too. So it's cool from a couple different perspectives.
Yes, and you get the big pelagic run. We didn't get any this trip, but that is not to say that we're not going to right on Tuesday. You know?
And we had a lot of wahoo right before the weather got crazy and we had to take a week or so off there. Mm-hmm. I mean, we were getting wahoo almost every other trip, almost every trip. And I'm excited to get back into some consistency here and hopefully get some of those wahoo back.
Absolutely. And like this trip, we just didn't have the crowd. We normally have a couple guys that bring a real nice trolling setup and they'll get a nice fish on it. And this trip, we just didn't have those couple of guys.
Yeah.
Or I think we would have got one.
Well, also to add to that, normally people ask me about trolling. I'd say, well, the best trolling is between spots the next day, not so much on the way out. And especially wait till you get a little further out. But this trip, I will say they did have quite a bit of action, just barely out of the pass. A lot of pretty good sized Spanish mackerel. You were seeing trolling reels coming on the half-day boat because they're getting kingfish. So even though I don't think we hooked a kingfish this time, they're definitely moved into this area.
Yeah. Just this past week, the kingfish showed up in a big way. They got a 20 plus. It was you who was driving the boat. You got like a 20+ pound king, right?
Yeah, Spidey him driving the boat.
Yeah, it's Spike.
We like to kid around a little.
Yeah, that was on trolling hardware. Just
trolling, right outside of the pass. Yeah,
it's crazy. A lot of mackerel around, a lot of bait. And I mean, near shore, we're seeing more hogfish right now. Some really good lane snapper. You got those mackerel and kingfish making things exciting. But offshore, this time of year, we're also seeing more muttons the last couple of years in this cooler weather. And I mean, this trip, you got a handful of muttons.
Yeah, it's odd. They're just around now.
Yeah.
And we started up to the north, got a couple smaller ones at night, and we finished a little bit further south, and we got a really nice one at the end of the night, the second night.
Yeah.
And they're just spread out.
You know, there was only one bad thing about that one they got. It was about a 12-pounder, and the guy literally caught it right underneath me there. So, you know, he stole my fish. What can you say?
And you've been fishing with us for a really long
A day or two.
A day or two. And I mean, you've seen it too. I mean, when I was younger, as a kid out here on these 39-hour trips, we saw a mutton snapper like once a year, maybe twice, 3 times a year. Now it seems like we're catching 2 or 3 a trip.
Yeah, the interesting thing about that is when we used to get muttons, every now and then, that they would be really big, real big. We still get some big ones, so don't misunderstand me. But now you're seeing them of all sizes, which is really interesting to me. That means that there's actually a population that is developing out there, because when you get a really big one just kind of randomly, they'd just be a wanderer or something like that. But I think there's definitely proof that there is a population growing out in the middle grounds and in the elbow and places like that where you fish.
Yeah, it's insane. And even north of that, I mean, we're seeing even north of the 28 line, north end of the elbow, or north end of the middle grounds and further, we're seeing mutton snapper consistently up there too. So it's pretty impressive to see the expansion of that population, and yellowtails too.
Yeah, yellowtails are going to be a year-round thing, I think, now.
Yeah, I mean, again, back when I was a kid coming out here, we caught yellowtails occasionally, especially if we went super southwest. But now it's like, it doesn't matter if you go west, northwest, you're getting yellowtails all over.
Yeah, they're there.
Yeah, we used to see them come occasionally. And they would usually come in a pretty decent school and swim around the boat. You may or may not hook them. Now you're getting them mixed in with the mangoes, bottom fish, and everything else, which is different than it used to be, for sure.
Yeah.
There's something that's changing for the better in that sense.
Yeah. Some things we're seeing more of, some things we're seeing less of, but overall we got a lot to catch.
Yeah.
And this time of year, not a lot of people to do it. So you got more elbow room, more one-on-one time with the captain and crew, and you can pick the brains of people who have been fishing for a day or two. John's sometimes pretty nice. He might
Most of the time.
He might give you a tip or trick or two. So, I mean, a great opportunity. What would be your piece of advice for someone coming out on a 39-hour trip?
Well, try to watch some of the videos and stuff and see what people are rigging with, what bait they're using, that type of thing. The more prepared you can be, the better you are. You know, Hubbard's furnishes, and I'll say this whether Dylan was here or not, I've fished on party boats all over the state, and they have the best tackle for rental rods I've ever seen, really, the most consistent type of rods, because a lot of times
Thank you, Bass Pro Shops.
they're just junk, you know, but not with Hubbard's. But if you're going to bring your own stuff, you know, be prepared a little bit, do a little research, that type of thing. If you see me on the boat anytime, if you want to ask a question, I'll help you any way I possibly can. Because when I first started fishing here, before Dylan was probably even born, the guys would always turn their back like this when they were baiting and wouldn't tell me anything. And if they caught something and you were to ask them, what'd you catch that on, man? They'd say a little piece of squid. So I was determined not to be like that, you know, not because when I was a total rookie, they wouldn't help me for anything. But I want to help people who pass this kind of lineage on, because we need people to keep fishing, you know, people talk about the rules and the regulations and all of that kind of stuff. But ultimately, it's up to us, the recreational fishermen. We have a lot more power than we think we have if we just stay, and Dylan leads the charge on this all the time, stay organized and stuff like that. So let your voice be heard. We need younger people to come fishing. We need the young people to stop being walking around, look at the cell phone and wind on one, because I really believe they're going to get hooked on something. Might as well get hooked on fishing.
Amen to that. And that's the beautiful part about party boat fishing too, is you get to meet other people, learn from other people, and just pick things up, whether it's actually engaging with people or just watching, sit back and watching it. I'm blessed, and Will grew up on this boat too. I mean, you started fishing out here when you were probably in your teens, and just watching people, you pick up so much over the time, and then you get to know people, you get to talk to people, you learn even more. So it's a cool atmosphere on the party boats. So many people dog party boat fishing, and I think it's super fun.
Yeah,
like,
we go have
charters
fun.
are great.
We are going to have fun.
Yeah, private charters are great, and we have private charters too, but then it's just you and your group. The captain and crew help you hand and foot, of course, but you don't get to learn as much. Whereas the party boats, you're there, you got help, but you're also kind of learning on your own. You're forging your own path. It's pretty fun.
And we got a bunch of other people out here just to have a good time, to go fishing. You know?
That's what it's all about. We're only as strong as our weakest link, and working together, you could stay united, and a rising tide raises all boats and catches more fish.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. And I would just say, too, as far as people coming out, that what Captain Hubbard mentioned about the lighter loads, but here's something that people might not think about on that. If you're a woman and you haven't been out here before and you're worried about, being overwhelmed or something like that, you couldn't pick a better time to come than this time of year, because there's a lot less tangles, there's a lot less gear everywhere. When you're in red snapper season, you got so many people that are hell-bent and determined and all, and I'm probably one of those, in all honesty, and that kind of thing.
And also just any level experienced angler, if you're trying to step it up, this is a good time of year to test your prowess on that deep water offshore side of things. We do have a Lady Anglers Club, since John reminded me to bring it up, on Facebook. If you search Lady Anglers of Hubbard's Marina, it's also on our website under the info tab. You can find the Lady Anglers Facebook Club, and they actually work together and kind of coordinate trips, and it's all run by Lady Anglers, not affiliated with Hubbard's Marina. It's just ladies who like to go fishing out here, and they coordinate their trips together. So that's a great way of getting out here and also going fishing with other ladies and meeting and greeting other ladies who like to fish. But even men, some guys maybe haven't tried a 39-hour trip. Maybe you've done a couple half days, you've done a couple 10 hours, you want to try a 39-hour. Like John mentioned, this is the time to do it. So check us out, hubbardsmarina.com. Give us a call, 727-393-1947. And also, don't forget, Sunday nights, we give away $1,500 in free trips every Sunday night. So join us on our live stream show. Join us for our radio show. Join us for our news segment. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and leave a comment below what you want to see moving forward. If you have more questions you want to expand on, you want to see more stuff, definitely let us know in the comments below. And hopefully you'll subscribe, and we'll see you out here on the water sometime soon, because if you're too busy to go fishing,
You're just too
just too darn busy. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.